Hey, bigger.
I'm sorry, Carlton.
Hey, I will personally kick you, rascal.
There would be one moment that I would really, really, really want to forget.
I can't hear you, Andrea.
I haven't spoken.
Oh, thank God, because I was like,
Okay, get ready. Oh God, sardines. Bada gada gada bada bada gada gada bada. Good roll.
Come on, Ra.
hello, everyone. My name is Carlton D'Souza, and I'm a sports and fitness trainer. Today, as guest, I have Andrea Fernandes. She works in one of the leading schools in Dubai, in UAE, and she works with kids who are 6 to 10 years of age. She's done her B.Ed, that is Bachelor of Education from India, Mumbai, and then she got placed through the campus recruitment, came to Dubai, and is in the primary phase of the school. She is also a passionate dancer. She is a dance teacher as well. That's how she started it, and she enjoys her job role working with the children and making their pathway lead towards getting them stronger. So uh, let me welcome Andrea Fernandes. Hello, Andrea.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me, Carlton. It's an honor to be here.
Oh, most welcome. The pleasure is all mine. So, Andrea, I've given the people a small glimpse of what I know of you, but imagine someone coming and saying, "Hey, bigger, who are you? What are you?" So, what would you react to them? Who is the real Andrea Fernandes?
So, for the ones who are watching who don't know me, I am Andrea. I am a person who loves to keep busy. So, if I'm not occupied with schoolwork or if I'm not occupied teaching, you will find me either dancing or playing. So, I have a little bit of a sports background. I play badminton and throw ball. So, you'll find me playing sometimes. A lot of time, you'll find me dancing wherein I'm either walking into workshops or I'm just freelance teaching kids. Someone will call me up and say, hey, you have time? We need to put up a competition. So, of course, let's do it. So I quickly put up a choreography piece and then, work with kids in terms of dance. Um, I love to cook and bake. So in my free time, you will find me experimenting in the kitchen, maybe burning something. But yes, I love to be in the kitchen in my free time. And I'm someone especially who really, really appreciates to spend quality time with family and with friends. And for me, I think it's absolutely uplifting to make someone smile, to make someone happy. And for me, to make people feel special and to make them feel celebrated. And, when life is shared with others, that's the moment of sweetness for me. So I'm all about life, full of life, very enthusiastic about everything I do. Back at home, when I was in Bombay, I used to do a lot of activities with the community, organize events for youth, for kids, for senior citizens. So I like being a part of the community as well. And everything that I do, I know for a fact that it is driven by passion. I put myself out there until I've reached my maximum potential and I know that I've made someone smile. It's not something for me. It's not that I'm doing it for me that I am feeling satisfied. I'm doing it to see at the end of the day that someone else is smiling because of me. And that for me is really fulfilling. Talking about my career path. As a child, when I was in school, because I have a state board background from India and Bombay, I came from a convent school. So as a child, I was a really average student, so to say. And I was always someone who had exam fever. I would always be scared of, answering lengthy papers. And at that given point in time, I was absolutely upset about, how we need to keep studying and keep writing these long exams. And I decided as a child that maybe I want to be a teacher because I think teachers are so powerful that they only have to say the word and exams would be cancelled. But eventually over time that changed when I grew a little bit, I realized that spending time with kids, being in their presence, it is what makes me happy. I'm really fond of kids. And when I was pursuing my degree, my bachelor's in arts, I decided that maybe I should take a part-time job, some a little income here and there because college days. So I went into this school that's close to where I live, and I asked them if I could be a dance teacher. And since I've already worked with the community in terms of dance, they had an idea that I dance. Now, let me tell you that I'm not a trained dancer per se. I am self trained, and all that I do is to make the kids or whoever I'm teaching have fun. So I went in there and I asked for this placement, and they said, okay, it's yours. And while teaching, I worked there for 4 full years. And while teaching, I realized that a lot of kids learn very differently. Their styles are so different. And even if I'm teaching something as simple as dance, now that classroom had a strength of about 60 to 65 kids at a time. So I would have dance classes in the auditorium, and it would be so difficult for me to race through, you do this and you do this and you do this. So at one point, I was just like, how do teachers do this? How do they know exactly how to teach? So I wanted to do something different in the field of teaching, which is why I ventured into special education, where I was trained to work with kids with needs. So I've specialized in intellectual disability, and I've had the opportunity to work with kids with needs ranging from mild to severe. And it made me realize how much it takes to be a teacher. But very honestly, we're here to facilitate learning. We're here to open doors to learning opportunities for you, and we're here to make you an independent learner. That's what led me to be a teacher. And I think I have a really long way to go because this is just the beginning in my career path. And I'm looking forward to really having a great experience ahead.
You do sound really, really happy and passionate in what you do. And I feel you when you say that to facilitate learning in children and make them independent learners is what fulfills you, is what makes your teaching career complete. To the next question, Andrea. So, what gives you strength and your secret sauce?
So let me tell you this. When I got into the special education course, I've had days where initially I used to be extremely emotional because for me I was venturing into something new. And working with kids who had needs that are so severe, and I have never interacted one on one with anyone for that matter who had such severe needs. And for me to be in that presence and to look and to identify that these kids are not able to do basic things like just hold a spoon and eat, for me that is really it was a heartbreaking sight. And to get over that, I would cry, and I had reached a point where I really had to give up, and I was so close to saying, it's taking a toll on your mental health. But as time progressed, I didn't give up. I put my heart into it, and I said, you know what, let's face it head on and let's see what happens. And when I started teaching these kids, I realized that when we're so capable of everything, we cry and we crib at the slightest inconvenience. But the minute I step into the class to teach these kids who need support, these are the kids who are the happiest. So for me, looking at that smile when they would just look at me and greet me, sometimes unable to say what they want to say, but that one smile with shining eyes, I think that would make my day. And that's what kept me going, because for me, at the end of the day, that is fulfilling. When you have your students' appreciation, when you know you're in there for a reason to make a change, and you can see that change, I think that's what kept me going. So for me, every time I have a challenge, every time I know that something's going wrong, I go back and think about, I picture some of my students just smiling at me, and it's like, I'm here for you. That's why I started this journey in the first place. It's not about me. It's not about what's weighing me down. At the end of the day, I'm here to make a change, and especially in your life, because you are here for our tomorrow. You have the capabilities, and we just need to push you in the right direction for you to achieve that. And I think for me as a person, those smiling faces and those greetings and thank you teacher, we love you teacher, that works for me.
So, Andrea, what is your tweet moment? Something that just made your day, gave you the rush of energy, and something that stays with you as an encouragement.
So as a teacher, those kind of sweet moments happen almost on a regular basis, because every day we have kids coming and telling us, teacher, you're so beautiful, teacher, you look so good, teacher, you're teaching us so well. And then there'd be days where I'd find random notes. So my kids would take my sticky notes and write, you are the best teacher in the world, just fold it in and put it in my bag. So we have these sweet moments almost on a regular basis. But for me, what takes the cake is when this kind of appreciation, when this kind of recognition comes from the people who are above us and from the parents who recognize your work and tell you that, hey, you know what, you're on the right track. And it's not just the kids saying it, but there was this day where someone who's above me just comes to me and tell me, you know what, Miss Andrea, your kids love you so much, they keep talking about you. And for me, ever since that day, this was in the first year of me starting uh, teaching, and for me, ever since that day, I keep going back to that moment, and I said, I make an impact on these kids, let's go, I can do it. So for me, that moment, because it was the first in my career, I know that I am working with kids and they're enjoying my presence. For me, that moment when someone said it to me for the first time, not just the kids, it was someone who was above me who said it. So that gave me that boost, and I will cherish that for a very, very long time to come.
Now we're going to go to that moment that you really want to forget. So, to quote one of my teachers, hey, I will personally kick you, rascal. So, what is that moment that you want to kick off your head?
To answer your question, there have been a lot of challenging days, a lot of challenges that I have faced, and I know that there are many, many more to come. There are a lot of instances that I want to forget, but it's honestly difficult to forget, because these are moments that you can learn from. They help you grow, and somewhere at the back of your mind, when you replay these instances, you know for a fact that you've grown from it. It's made you level up, it's made you better, it's made you go back and understand and rectify where you could have been better and how you could have handled the situation better. So for me, when I have not done justice to a student on a day, is a day I completely want to forget. And there have been quite a number of days like that. So, but I'm learning, I'm growing from it. I want to do so much more. And when I know that I've restricted myself and I have not done what I should have done, you, in that moment when you're right there, you just say that, I want to snap my fingers and make sure this moment is completely vanished from my life. But over time, when this situation, when something like this arises, you automatically go back, you retrace your steps, you automatically see what went wrong, and you say, hey, something like this happened in the past, and this is what I did, and maybe this is what I could have done better. And for me, these kind of moments keep repeating itself, and that's why I'm saying I'm learning from it. I'm trying to grow, I'm doing my best to grow in that manner.
So, Andrea, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Should our listeners and viewers like to reach you, what's the best way they can do so other than commenting below?
um, they can reach out to me on LinkedIn. You can share my details, and that's works for me.
Perfect. So I'm gonna take your LinkedIn profile link and I'm gonna put in the description below.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me, Carlton. It was lovely being here. And I really felt like there was some outlet. I was able to vent, I was able to speak, put my points across. So thank you for this opportunity.
Oh, thank you, and I really like the unfiltered version. I hope a lot of parents get to see this and also come up with questions that they would like to ask you, because you're a teacher of special education needs. And I also would like to mention that you did top your class, did you not? In
I did.
that one
I
slipped
did.
off. Yes. So uh, ladies and gentlemen, you have a topper.
Thank you.
Right. Anyways, Andrea, have a great one. I will speak to you soon.
Okay,
Take
thank
care.
you so much, Carlton. See you.
Yeah.